Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Quick look again at ICP. This is awesome news, going exactly as planned with that bearish backtest of the most recent range here. So now that the price is potentially bottomed out, we do have a potential double bottom here. We could see the price recover. Now we don't want to go into that presumption just because it comes down to the same local support, but we do want to recognize that most coins have been on the downtrend for about 48 to 72 hours. There's only so much time you can move to one direction without seeing the price action want to recover and come the other way. So we could see a relief rally here soon. We'll double check that and double check a few key factors. So if you're new to the channel, I want to say welcome aboard. Welcome to Dan Prosper, to our community here, one of our newer members here today. And we can just want to say congrats again to everyone for some nice profits for a short with Matic and VeChain. While those profits are not monumental, we were playing it safe and keeping our targets a little tighter. Once again, those are only 5x leverage shorts to the downside. Nothing too crazy because, again, high leverage is a big problem, and I see it happen all the time. So with a few hundred traders underneath me, I like to make sure we're responsible. Do what you will with it, but I do recommend low leverage or low position sizing. So taking a look here at ICP's liquidation levels, we can see a lot of liquidation at 1270, upwards about 1280. Talked about that yesterday being a potential area of concern. I'm glad that we didn't take any longs at that point because that's definitely a bad area. But we can see this lower level at about 1180 is the potential lowest area there for the most recent time frame. We can also recognize $10 even as well as a potential liquidation level too. I think it's very unlikely to see $10. But again, we'll look at larger timeframes to confirm and make sure our fibs are up to date, just to consider every angle. But generally speaking, ICP has been looking fairly weak recently, so there's no other way around it. We may want to expect the worst and hope for the best. So again, $10 is this guy right here. So the price does wick all the way down to that level, which we have seen in the past. That could liquidate a lot of longs. So just be very careful with high leverage right now. I know it seems like, oh, it's a really low price point. We're going to get into take some monster profits to the upside. We're not really in a position like that right now. Let me explain why. First of all, we're above only the 200-day SMA, below all the other moving averages. It's not a good sign. We're below this descending trend line still yet to this day. A lot of coins have broken above the descending trend line and are doing bullish back tests. There's no such thing here with ICP. So please, don't get it in your head that we are bullish on this coin. There's nothing here showing us that we want the price to recover or the price will recover. While money flow index is increasing a little bit, RSI is still tapering off. Traditional, stochastic RSI is pulling back, and MACD is still diverging. 0 out of 10 reasons to take a long position. Okay, so in other words, don't do it. Okay, if you're going to walk away from this conversation at all, do not get in your head that a long position is viable, at least not on a macro and a liquidation level perspective. We take a look here at the 4-hour time frame. We can see potential bounce off 30 on the RSI. Money flow is still pulling back though. I don't care what the RSI is doing. If money flow is down, folks, there's no reason to consider a position, specifically on the 4-hour time frame. A lot of times what we will see though is the RSI come down to 30 and the money flow index closer to 20. That can be a perfect opportunity to get into a long position. Stochastic is swinging up right now, just that natural knee-jerk reaction of the price action pulling back for so long, and MACD is trying to converge but hasn't yet. So these are not favorable signs, but slight consolations, if you will. But we don't trade on consolation now, do we, folks? No, we don't. It's not really ideal. We can also see lagging span is free and clear of the price action, conversion line below the baseline, and of course the trend line here is basically rejecting right there at the cloud. So there is, again, no reason to take a long position. Every single time frame exudes bearish behavior. Now, does that mean you take a short position right now? I don't really think so. And here's the reason why. We are massively overextended to the downside. We've hit 2 nines in a row in TD sequential and a previous 9 with a small period of consolidation. That really implies that we've seen the price action pulling back for about 36 out of the last 48 hours. That's terrible. We don't like to see that. That's not good. So having said all that, not really a good consideration for a short either, because the price action should recover or consolidate at the very least right here moving forward. So my expectation is for the price action for most coins to go sideways and to kind of let Bitcoin call the shots. And that's because it's what it's doing right now. So Bitcoin can hold that 0.5 fib level at about, about 62,100. We may have a chance to be able to see some altcoins recover. But between now and then, it doesn't make any sense to jump into a long position for any coin right now. And I feel like shorts are overextended for the most part. So it doesn't make a ton of sense to short the bottom either, right? So again, in this case, what do? We remain patient and we wait for a better opportunity, okay? Again, if you are itching to take a trade right now, then just make sure you have a low leverage, low position size, and you watch it closely. There's no such thing as setting it and forgetting it right now at this exact moment, because it's kind of just garbage conditions, for lack of better terms. We've been taking generally less trades in our community too, and that's not based on laziness. That is based on less opportunity in the market. Okay. Keep in mind we are seeing a little bit more added volume here as the price continues lower, so there is more interest at these lower levels. One last thing I forgot to touch on here is the overall amount of volume. If you take a look at the volume profile here, basically the average true range for this coin, it's right there at about 1340. So we're underneath that as a resistance level. Until we break above that, there's no consideration for long. Okay, so this just kind of reaffirms we're below a key level, and that it's holding the price action in place. Once more, just reaffirming long positions are not viable at this point. All right, folks, hope you made sense of this here and I communicated that correctly. Do me a favor before you leave, just hit the like button, comment below. Deeply appreciate either of those two things. If you could do that every video, it'd be awesome. And just help us grow the channel. If you want to try out a new awesome exchange here, excellent rewards with this link here if you use my link to register. BTCC is another alternative exchange that we're using for no KYC or VPN. While we are a bit Unix family, we still love them. There's no change there. I would like to provide additional options to my community members. So this is an option for you too if you want to consider that. Thanks again so much for watching. Hope you all have a good rest of your day, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care.